John Wink on the line and air bridge collapsing.
Yes, oh, the sponsor! Oh, the sponsor! Kevin.
The battles for top Autoshop two-wheel drive and Albin Garage Challengers have produced some of the closest battles of the season. The Dunoon Presents Argyll Rally was going to be no exception.
Yeah, well, the wet shoes are strapped on. Well, see how it goes. Everyone's in the same boat, so it's kind of, pardon the pun, but so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, fine. We're here, good to go. Hopefully it'll either rain or stay dry, one or the other. The tyre lottery thing's no good for anybody, so yeah, fingers crossed, one or the other.
It's going to be a change of scenery in this car. You know, the Fiesta was good for these tight lanes, but it's a big car to be hustling about these stages. But you know, we went well in the Fiesta, so I'm hoping that we take to it just as well in this, and yeah, we'll see how tonight goes.
Yeah, we're as ready as we can be. We got a brilliant recce in yesterday. It was just a shame, it was so beautiful yesterday and then the heavens poured last night, so it's a total different ball game to what we were driving yesterday, but it's all the same. I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait to get going. You know, I'm excited for the challenge, excited to be back out on tar, and we're with a new co-driver this event, Davy Robson, which I'm sure many people will know, so we'll be in safe hands, definitely.
Scott, are you looking forward to this?
No. It's raining, it's tarmac. That's all you really need to say.
6 stages made up the Friday night, the rain falling steadily. And leading overnight, Archie Swinscoe and Jane Nichol were continuing where they left off at the Jim Clark, the Adam pilot putting his Mull experience to good use. Five seconds back, Gordon Morrison and Ian Parker were chasing the Adam hard, the Mark II only 2 seconds ahead of the flying Impreza of Jordan Anderson and Harry Stubbs overnight.
Jordan Anderson.
Aye.
Not a fan of tarmac, John Crawford and Josh Davison were another 4 seconds back. John reckoning he'd been too cautious over the Friday stages. The Escort just 1 second up on Ross Chalmers and Barry Young. Despite a low seeding meaning they were catching cars, the Impreza crew were fairly happy with their evening's work. Robert Proudlock and Dave Robson were another second back in the second Adam R2. Robert and Dave adapting quickly to how each other work.
Aye, loves it.
And now we're filming there tomorrow. 59.
Aye, we're filming
Robert
there tomorrow.
Proudlock,
I
aye,
think he
that's
promised
Adam.
us tea and cake or something, didn't he?
The reigning junior champion had 1 second over Johnny Mackay and Michael Cruikshank. Having retired early on the Clark, they had adopted a fast but steady pace for the Friday night stages. The Evo crew had to keep an eye out behind them though. Michael Harbour and Ian McDougall were in close attendance, just another second back. Despite being too busy with work to do a recce, Scott and David Sloan were running strongly on the Friday, highlight being fastest R2 car in stage 5.
Car number 62.
And rounding out the top 10 overnight, Alan McDowell and Cameron Dunn were out in Alan's rebuilt Opel Kadett. A stall at the start of SS3 was a minor delay, and they were slowly getting used to the car with its new power plant. The rain continued on Saturday morning, but it was beginning to dry up. The morning loop, however, was to end many people's events. Crawford and Davison's event ended with a bad misfire. Proudlock and Robson would break a drive shaft on the Adam. The Sloans would slip off the road. A McDowell and Dunn's good run would end with clutch failure on the Cadet.
So left 3 opens to 5, into short right 3, don't cut over crest. Into left 3, right 3, don't. Ooh! And the left 5 over bump, right 4, don't cut past, don't cut rock. They caution crest, right 3, left 6. Right 5 over bump continues, caution left 3 short over bump. Don't cut, tight right 4, rough 60. Left 3, don't cut. And late right 3, don't cut, which opens to 5 over crest.
Swinscoe and Nicol continued to fly, the Adam crew planning a setup change at service to better suit the drying conditions.
Fingers crossed, seems to have cleared. 46 coming towards us.
John Anderson and Harry Stubbs.
Anderson and Stubbs move up to second, but were 21 seconds down on the Adam. The Impreza still had the close attention of Morrison and Parker, just 6 seconds ahead of the Escort, with 4 stages left.
Morrison.
Mackay and Cruikshank were another crew planning some tweaks after some big moments on the jumps. The Evo 7 now 8 seconds clear of Harbour and McDougall.
Oh, another Mark II.
Chalmers and Young's solid run continued, 26 seconds down on the Escort.
An Escort. It is an Escort. There you go. Go on, Hardy!
Speeding up in the daylight, David Hardy and John McCulloch were climbing the ranks despite a small off on this loop. The Blue Escort had 10 seconds on Scott Peacock and Craig Wallace. The Evo crew slowly adapting to the difficult stages, despite Craig having an argument with the local wildlife.
The biggest problem's been Craig swallowed a fly mid-stage, mid-note. It was a oh dear. And I thought, what's going on? Oh, I've swallowed the fly. Oh well, size of a bumblebee supposedly.
Oh, it would be. Yeah.
Oh, obviously. It wasn't a midget. It was a bumble.
Also going well on this Saturday, Tom Howie and Michael Mackenzie's Sunbeam was only 17 seconds down on the Peacock Evo and just 2 up on the Ford Cat of Ian Forgan and Ewan Lees. It had been an eventful event for the wee Ford. 100 horsepower was a struggle on the hills, and they had battled through the opening Saturday loop with no clutch.
Really tricky stages, a lot of jumps, a lot of bumps. I mean, we had a big jump on the last one, so lads have had a bit of work to do going over everything. But yeah, really tricky stages, but fun. Yeah, I'm happy for exceeding expectations, my own expectations as well. So yeah.
What's the plan for this afternoon?
Go as we are. Obviously, tyre choice is tricky now, but yeah, just try and get through it. I think we've got a bit of a margin to boys that we're kind of competing against, so yeah, we'll just use as much of that as we can and keep it safe.
The final loop was almost fully dry, but the drama wasn't over yet. And this loop would see the end of Swinscoe and Nicol's great run, the Adam bouncing after this big jump and spinning down the road, wiping out the front end in the process. Forgan and Lees sorted the clutch but still had late issues to deal with. A broken engine mount on the final loop, meaning they had to make creative use of the kill switch to slow the car. They received the Clubman Spirit Award for their great effort. Leapfrogging the car on the final loop, Keith Robertson and Peter Carstairs completed a successful first event back for the rebuilt historic Vauxhall Forenza. The car much improved over its previous incarnation, Keith saying it now feels like an actual rally car. They were awarded the Clubman Performance Award at the finish. Howie and Mackenzie ended the rally only 2 seconds ahead of the Forenza after a very entertaining run. Peacock and Wallace continued their strong Saturday run, Scott very much looking forward to being back on the gravel next time out. They ended up only 6 seconds down on Hardy and McCulloch. After a bad run this season, their persistence paid off. David taking maximum Autoshop two-wheel drive drivers' points this time out.
Very good day, yeah. After last night we didn't think we'd be here at all because it's so wet, and we thought, will we finish? But it's been a great day. The second loop was even better than the first because it dried out and we were on slicks. It was getting more fun.
David's driven a great day today, and we haven't had a lot of luck this year, but it's turned now, so that's not so bad.
Chalmers and Young were over a minute up on the Escort, this result giving Barry fourth in the Challengers co-drivers' points. "38 seconds up the road came Harbour and McDougall, Ian taking second two-wheel drive co-driver and third in the Challengers. Mackay and Cruikshank were flying over the final loop, taking chunks of time out of Anderson and Stubbs in the process. The Evo ending the event just 13 seconds behind the Impreza. Jordan and Harry's excellent run netting them top Challengers points, along with a second Groundwater Lift Trucks Subaru Cup win. And topping it off, they were awarded the John Horton Star Driver Award.
Yeah, good day. We were going well in the morning in the wet, and then when it dried up, went out of the wrong tyres. We're struggling, but kept the lead going, so it's fine.
Good. Harry, how was it from your side?
Yeah, it was good. We had some moments when we were pushing in the wet yesterday, and a couple this morning as well, which were interesting, but yeah, he handled the car well overall, and we got half a decent result.
I always like people to expand on moments. Was there any particularly notable ones?
End of stage.
Yeah, we had the end of the second stage this morning. We had a big sideways one down the middle of the road, which luckily come round just before the finish line, so that was yeah, interesting.
The 45 seconds up the road, Morrison and Parker took an excellent 16th overall in the Mark II, Ian taking his first maximum Autoshop two-wheel drive co-drivers points haul of the season.
39. Yeah,